Let's talk about Fastly. Let's talk about Fastly. I wasn't initially going to do a video about Fastly, but if you have been following me on Twitter, or if you looked at the community post, you probably know my thoughts already on the recent quarter and on management. But for those that did not read the community post, I highly suggest you do for the future references, because I will post some updates, some announcements on that community post, things that I maybe do not have time to do a video about. Also, I highly suggest you go and follow me on Twitter if you want to engage, want to ask me more questions. We organize lots of spaces on there, so I suggest you go on Twitter and follow me. If you don't have Twitter, that's fine, you don't have to make an account specifically for that. Okay, so in this video, let's talk about Fastly in recent quarters and what did I do. Now, remember in my last video after the Q1 quarter, I was actually pretty positive on Fastly, and that's why I actually bought shares at $42 or so, because I thought, hey, the reaction was maybe a bit an overreaction. This quarter wasn't that bad, and I think their guidance for this year was pretty good. Now, fast forward to the quarter we had just now, Q2. If you follow me on Twitter, if not, this was the tweet. On the day of earnings report, I gambled. I said I'm gonna buy some shares because I think they can actually beat what they were expecting, so it wouldn't be such a bad quarter. Also, remember they had an outage on June 8th, an outage where after 49 minutes, 95% of their network went back to normal. But as they say here, their customers were obviously negatively impacted. As a result, they saw traffic volume decrease and issued credits to customers following the incident. So obviously those credits will be used in the next following quarters, but that heavily impacted Q2. Now, in my mind, a 49-minute outage should not have impacted that company that much, especially not Q3 and Q4 and full year, because obviously this is like a snowball rolling down a mountain. These negative effects will have negative effects for the full year and for next quarter as well. Now, it doesn't stop there. Apparently, one of their top 10 customers still has not returned with their traffic. That means that maybe that customer might just leave Fastly, just like we've seen with TikTok last year. But during the earnings call, management said they don't think they'll leave, they'll come back, they just don't know when. Also, other smaller customers are delaying their launch for their projects until further notice. So that's also why it's negatively impacting Q2 and Q3. Now, let's go and watch the difference in guidance that they did for Q1 and for this quarter. All right, so last quarter, they guided for total revenue between $94 and $97 million. For the full year 2021, they guided to $380 to $390 million. They actually raised it. That was actually very positive, and that's one of the main reasons why I opened back a position last quarter. The previous one was 375 to 385. Now this quarter for the total revenue part, they actually met expectations. They beat it, $85 million, 14% year over year growth. But let's look again at the guidance. We can see here total revenue for Q3, $82 to $85 million. So they expect again a flat quarter over quarter growth. And for the full year, they are reducing it by a lot, even more so than 2 quarters ago. It's now down between $340 and $350 million. Now listen, I get it. If there was no outage, then this quarter would have been probably better than expected. The stock would have gone up, everybody would have been happy. But the outage did happen, so now they have to deal with that. How is it possible that one of their top 10 customers is still not back with their traffic? Why are they struggling to motivate their clients and say, look, everything is under control, you can launch your projects, you don't need to delay that, you can get back with your traffic, we've got everything covered. Look at Akamai. Again, they had 2 outages and everything is fine. This quarter they reported earnings, great earnings. Yes, maybe the stock might be down, but that doesn't matter. The company is doing fine, the numbers are fine. For Fastly, not so much. Let's look at those numbers, for example. Total customer count increased to 2,581 from 2,458. That's including Signal Sciences. So not that many new customers, if any actually, because we can't really differentiate between the two. Enterprise customer count of 408, up from 395. So again, we don't know if they actually added other customers, because again, this is a mix of Signal Sciences. So I hope that you see what I mean with being disappointed with how the management has been going on there. Also, Joshua Bixby has only been at the company for 1 year and a half. They already switched the CFO once, maybe twice. The CFO has been replaced right now because the old CFO had no clue how to integrate and how to monetize Signal Sciences. Hopefully the new one will do a better job, but the new one actually is known to get his companies acquired by other companies. So maybe we'll see a company buy out Fastly in the near future. Who knows? Now, to be very clear, I have no issues with Fastly, the company, what they're trying to do. Actually, I think compute edge security is very, very important and is probably going to grow year over year. I do have my doubts if this type of management can grow this company to become the next big thing. That's why I was very disappointed. Now let's end this video by just looking at the graph because this was actually really amazing to see. So as you can see here, after earnings, the stock dropped, I think 20% or so. But since then, the market opened. First day, big green candle. Second day, green candle as well. It's up now 22% since that low the day after the earnings. We saw the same thing happened with Teladoc, although Teladoc, I have a bit more trust in management there. So how can you explain those two green candles? Well, probably a lot of people were shorting Fastly going into the earnings report. They saw the stock drop a lot. Maybe they're covering, they're taking profits. And that's why maybe now, because the short float was around 20%. Maybe now it's a bit lower, so that's why. Maybe it will continue to go up because Fastly is also one of the popular stocks on Wall Street Bets. So don't do anything crazy because you never know what's going to happen next. Now going into Q3, I will not be buying any Fastly stock yet. I will be looking very, very closely to what Q3 brings and maybe they'll raise guidance again. Maybe they'll lower. I don't know. Maybe the CEO will be fired. Who knows? Now let me know down in the comments below what you thought about this quarter. Again, I do not hate Fastly the company. I just don't think this type of management can lead Fastly to greater success. Now let me know down in the comments below if you hold, if you've sold, if you bought actually this dip. Let me know down in the comments below. And that will be it for this video. If you liked it, consider leaving a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, maybe hit that subscribe button. As always guys, take care, stay safe and see you all in the next video. Bye bye.